Hello everyone, now that we set up a proper pipeline for a lot of the base materials, there's two things I wanted to do. One, I want to check out what this green region is right above our island, as well as find some gold, as that is what we need in order to progress through the main terraformation stages. I can't speak apparently. So this green region, it looks like it's just proper land. What? There's actually grass on one of these and trees. Breathable? It is. This is all safe and good. I'm suspicious of this. That seems to be fine. Alright, let's ruin it by creating housing, placing down a giant antenna. Of course, it also needs some wind turbines. But then again, that never ruins anything. Aha, gold. This island is actually a lot bigger than I thought. And there is something very suspicious right here. Well, first things first, suppose we may as well head over to that gold deposit, which is probably right here where those rings are. What is this? Unknown machine ruin. We can dismantle it. I kind of don't want to do, although I do want to see what it gives actually. Just iron plates, and it wasn't worth it. Alright, so what do the caves look like? Ooh, rubies. Make AI chips with that. And here is a drill for the gold. Remove this one. This one is kind of loaded with rubies. Does that mean that there is a ruby deposit here too? Nah, I don't see it, so it doesn't look like it. Alright, let's place down a regular drill. Then we need a warehouse, of course, as well. And let's place that right on the beach here, because there are some other things we need to do with the gold here. One of them is to smelt it. I don't think we need any raw gold ore, do we? I don't think so. Come on, let me in. Let me into the house. I did not release this properly. Because all I wanted to do was just place down some of these. Because I think in the assembly, we can see what we need. Or is it in a regular workbench? I need those iron plates. Or the gold plates. So that's all it is, eh? Just some gold ingots. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think for this one, all we have to do is just split it once. And one will have to go into a part producer. And the other can go directly into the warehouse. Now, there are some other things that we require as well. But those are just mainly going to be there for later down the line. I don't want to overexert one gold node. Also, we're in luck. Quartz and copper are close by here. That is something else we needed. I kind of forgot what for. Right, I think it was for this, for the circuit boards. Alright, let's explore this island a little bit. With a little bit, I mean, let's go right here, because this looks interesting. And honestly, also rather close by to that quartz that we were talking about. Alright, so what's up with all this? A large osmium deposit. Can I interact with the... Yeah, there we go, we can interact with this. Is there anything in the foundries? Nope. What's up with this base? It looks absolutely disgusting. Oh, there's a written note here. It happened overnight. The algae, it bloomed. Entire lake beds turned green-black, choked with toxins. We didn't understand why until we isolated the atmospheric particle. It's not native. It's reactive. It's accelerating mutation. Alright, well, we're still not sure what this particle is. But I guess it must be somewhere around here, right? I would imagine, because this is the only green land. There's also some building over here. But how about we first set up our little copper trip? And I guess while we're at it, we may as well do this as well. Add osmium to the mix. The other problem though is osmium does create a lot of other things. And I don't want to be making all of them right here. So I'm only going to choose one. And I think gear assembly might be the best one. Because it's kind of easy. This one does require alloy plates. As well as beams. That's just going to be a lot. Huh. Not what I wanted. Please let me up. Like normal. I wish I made the jetpack already. That would have helped me out a lot here. Oh, warning toxic algae. Okay, so do not jump into the water. I did not expect them to actually hurt me, seeing as we're in a spacesuit. At most, I thought we just couldn't breathe for a little while. We do technically also have basalt here, and if we can create basalt concrete with that, we should be able to automate warehouses tier 2, and that should help out a lot with inventory stack size. I'm kinda tempted to do that, because I did see that there was basalt right below here. And I think all we needed to do is have it go for a refiner, right? Yes. However, that does require a little bit of water. Don't worry, the toxic algae water is here. It is pumping so little because it's so toxicated. Wow. Okay, well, here's a purifier. I'm not sure if we can purify this. It says 1% pure. I'm sure it's working. Oh yeah, the water's now 2% pure, 3%. Yeah, good. So that's going up. Alright, next up, there was this building that I wanted to check out. I don't see anything else that looks interesting on the map. I mean, there might be something, but we can see two things here for sure. Yeah, that is something over there, alright. And down here as well. This is probably one of the larger bases we have found so far. Anything around here? Some copper cables. I'll take the food. I don't really need anything else. Maybe the drill? The rest for automaking. Alright, let's go take a little look-sees inside. Here's another note. Something's wrong. We introduced Earth's flora last week, controlled samples, all within protocol. But now the lakes are changing. A greenish film has started spreading across the surface. At first, we thought it was just accelerated moss growth, but this is something else. It reacts to light, reproduces overnight, and it's everywhere. We didn't design this. Yeah, I guess that is the algae. Oh, insulated layers. Why am I grabbing this from the box? For now auto-crafting that. Alright, so it sounds like the algae they placed, right? That came from our Earth, and it messed them up pretty bad with that particle that accelerated the growth like mad. Anything inside the cave here? Some phosphorus deposits. And there's a phosphorus rock here too. And again, there's a bunch of ruby. Suppose we may as well take this phosphorus outside. It is kind of weird that they didn't automate a lot of this similarly. Thing is, they do have the same machines after all. Like, I know this was ages ago. Well, decades ago that they were here, but they have drills, man. You'd think they at least have the conveyor belt system as well. I have to place on so many things here to get it all operational. And then they're mining something here that looks like osmium again. Yeah, it looks like they were. Oh man, that is a sorry sight to look at. A broken wind turbine. I was gonna say, good thing there's another gold deposit, but that is sulfur. I guess there was only one gold on the map here, unless there was something hiding back there. Let's go check out what's all up here. This looks like one of those climate-changing buildings. Although it does look a little different, actually. It does just say unknown building ruins. I guess it must be some sort of high-rise? Is this where they lived or something? I am unsure. Okay, I was just gonna explore a little farther, but then I noticed the battery life on this thing. We have to go back ASAP. Alright, but after that little expedition, I think in order to make these data centers, we will require steel alloy. I think in order to obtain that, we would have to build the material analyzer first, just so we can unlock some more stuff. So I'll see you in 10 years when all this crafting is done. Alright, I got all the supplies. Go craft one of these. Sulfur ore. Let's analyze that real quick. High capacity O2 tank. A steamroller. The wheels. And that's it. I think the best one out of all of those is honestly the high capacity. Which honestly, I was gonna say I'm gonna make one, but I don't have quartz apparently in the system. I can rectify that real quick though. It's gonna be the most human thing I do on this planet. But there is this one tiny ore vein, and I'm gonna create an entire infrastructure just for it. And I'm actually gonna use a tier 2 warehouse here, just so our inventory capacity grows. Because every time we place down a tier 2 warehouse, our inventory capacity grows by 50 or by 10, and that's up to 50. All that is now producing quartz. Create another O2 tank, because that combined with the one we had. Well, apparently we had 2 of them. I forgot about that. Actually, never mind. We have 5 of them. Because one came in a stack of 3. I wonder if that actually does count as... Well, it does seem to, actually. Yeah, okay. You cannot stack them manually. I found them like that in the chest. We have tons of oxygen now, though. Alright, next up. Graphene or coal? I do think we have some coal somewhere lying about. Yeah, not enough though. No, honestly, I don't know why we don't have any graphene. But in that case, coal might actually be the easier of the ones to get. Ooh, now we unlock conveyor tier 2s. And a carbon refiner. I think that's what we needed for the alloy. Nicely enough, it also looks like we have everything we need in order to make it. And we are auto-producing it. Oh, no, it was just for the graphene stuff. We need to find a graphene rock at some point then as well. I guess we need it in our inventory? Not enough gold ore, eh? Or gold bars. Well, we have a couple, but I doubt it's enough. Yeah. Oh, that means we'd have to go all the way to the warehouse itself. Because I think it primarily looks for the first thing in the slot, which at this point would be the ore. Which I guess we may as well test out, if it does that, by hooking it up directly to this warehouse here. It's gonna tank performance, though. But I guess that's fine. It seems to be pretty much filled anyway. Right, the gold has been connected, so down the ore will go in there as well. Then let's put the gold away so we don't have enough in our inventory. It's gonna go a little slow, but I'll wait until we're at 60. Right, moment of truth. Yeah, so when it's in the system, it actually does work. But only the top one, for some reason. It also makes an error sound if you have the second one, but not the first one in your inventory. There it is, the alloy forge. That is what we need. We are not auto-creating any... Well, we're creating half of it. We're auto-creating half of it. Plated connectors and wires. Gold, copper, and then gold and rubber. Yeah, we definitely need more gold veins, that is for sure. Preferably ones that are near copper as well. Also, my god, there's a bunch of iron around here. Well, we're gonna have the same problem with osmium, aren't we? Well, the neat thing is, there was another osmium deposit at one of those bases. So suppose we hook that up, and then I'll start crafting some of the things we need for the refiner. Alright boys, you started mining this ages ago. Time for me to start mining. Get your old shit out of here. There's no copper ingots going into the system? I thought that was the first thing we did. Or, no, I guess not, because they're automatically being produced into something else. Okay, well that's something we're missing. I guess we have to go back to the island then, because there was another copper node. There's also a geothermal plant that we unlocked. That would be great for power, because then I can stop placing bajillion windmills anywhere, or everywhere. Wow, that is if we actually made any of this. Oh sweet, a jetpack. Chip engines and a AI chip. Which I guess we can make, because we got 1 ruby from what I picked up, but we don't have any of these. So, right, we're getting to that point where we need kind of a lot of stuff again. And then we're at the gems, which, I guess technically we could get ruby, because we found a bunch of those. And I mean, we have to go back for the copper anyway. We may as well get 20 ruby. Because these caves on this green island here, they were loaded. There we go, I got 20 rubies. That should be enough. And actually, I saw another one of these rings. Right where we placed the copper in that area. May as well look at this real quick, see what they have. Aha. Amethyst. Well, if we can get 20 of those, we could potentially unlock the next one as well. Let's slap the rubies in there. Yeah, the advanced assembler. Conveyor sorter. Advanced miner tier 3, so we can get diamonds. Warming units. We don't need any of those. We're not anywhere near ready for the advanced assembly either. Actually, I don't even think... Do we have a single recipe that would require that even? I don't think so, right? Oh yeah, some of these, I guess. The advanced components. Do we have enough? Yes. Sweet. And then it's just uranium left. But that's probably in the toxic area or the poisonous area. The radiation area. There we go. Warehouse tier 3. Heck yeah. They also got an upgrade specifically to tier 3. So they now have an output as well. Which in a way sounds kind of useless, but also kind of helpful. Because, for example, we could have made it so ingots could go straight in here. And then ingots also go out and be created in wires. And because there is a... Because we don't use many of them, both of them would fill up and back up eventually. It will be a bit more work, but I guess it works, right? Alright, as one of the last things, what I want to do is I want to create an alloy forge. Just to kind of see what we're working with, because I'm going to have to remember some of this again. Okay, we need graphene and iron. gold and phosphorus for gold alloy. I don't think I've ever made that. That's new, isn't it? I love how there's an alternate recipe, but I don't understand how we can auto-craft coal. Wait, conveyor tier 4? Is that what the gold alloy is for? Advanced panel? Huh? Okay, well that is what the advanced alloy is for. As well as ceramic components and amethyst alloy as well. Okay, yeah, it's new. Same with the amethyst alloy probably, because I don't remember that either. Oh, we unlocked so much from this, it's kind of insane. It's still going, it's all the train stuff as well. But I will say I'm happy with the progress we made today. We unlocked so much. In the next episode, what I'll do is I want to establish the research bases in both the hottest and coldest area, because that's honestly going to come after this. Which means we have to go into the alloy forge, as we do require steel alloy, and that's like one of the last things we need to auto-craft. Actually, never mind, for data centers we also need computers, and those are just going to be a pain. Also, our current toxic algae goal, we are not even 0.5% to the way yet, so there's a lot to be doing. And that I hope you all enjoyed, and I see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.